Hi all, in this video, let's learn about how to authenticate a user in a React applications using Firebase. In short, we are going to learn about authentication in ReactJS using Firebase. So first thing is, let's go to the Firebase like console.firebase.google.com. So this is our first step we need to go and log in into this. I have logged in. And first step is we need to create a project. So let me name this as React Firebase authentication. Okay, auth. Okay, this is what the project name I'm creating. So let me continue. So this enabling the Google Analytics is our wish, but for now I'm disabling this and I'm creating a project. The first step is we are going to the Firebase and we are creating a project. So this is the first step. Once the project was created, then we'll be enabling the authentication. So we'll need to enable the authentication for our project. Okay, meanwhile you can create one more React project as well. So I will show you. Yes, we have created the Firebase project. So this is our Firebase project. In the Firebase we have created this project. So here the left side you'll be having authentication in the navigation bar. If I click this authentication, you'll be getting an options here. So here you can go to the sign in method. Okay, go here and now you can add a provider. So give me a second. So here you can set up this, you can add a provider. So here you have Google as also a provider. So this is already added. So we'll go with email and password for now. So it means we are going to create the users and we are going to authenticate the users with the help of email and password. This is enough for us. Okay, if you want more providers like login with Google, login with Facebook, login with GitHub like this, you can enable these providers and you need to do the code accordingly. For now, let me provide an email and the password as my option and let me enable that option and I'm saving this. So first step is creating a project and the second step is going to the authentication and enabling that username and password. Okay, and the third step is like you're going to create a Firebase Firestore database. This is a cloud Firestore database. So this is what we are going to do here. So we are going to enable this Firebase store, create a database. I will be creating a database and make sure you are in a test mode. Okay, you need to go to the production mode only if you're getting ready to ship your project into the production, then you can use this production mode configurations. If not, go with the test mode. Okay, and the production mode, it needs a few more security modes to be enabled. That's it. We'll go within a test mode and next. So I'm selecting, so this keep it as a default, the location, and I'm enabling the DB as well. It means I'm creating the cloud Firestore database as well. This is the third step. First step, project in the Firebase. Second step, authentication enable. And the third step is creating the Fire Cloud Store database. So once this is done, the next step is, so it takes some time. So meanwhile, I will try to go and I have created a React application. This is a plain application. By using the create React app, we have created an application, React application. Now we are going to add the authentication to this. The first step is, this is just a form. So I have taken the email ID and the password. Okay, and sign in button. Okay, and if not, if the user have no account, then a register button as well. So these are the things we have. So let me show you how the UI looks. So this is how it looks. So just a simple form. Now, if the user logins, how we are going to authenticate that user, that we'll see. So before that, we need to do one thing. So in the project settings, go here. In the project settings, I'm clicking this project settings here. If you go down, you'll be having something here, the configurations. So we need to integrate the Firebase into our React app. For that, I'm clicking this. You need to keep one name for that. So let me keep this as a React Firebase. We're creating an app here. So once you register our app, so it will give you the configuration file. So with this configuration file, we are going to integrate. So this is what we'll be getting. So this is known as a configuration file. So usually these keys should not be exposed anywhere. This should be a secret keys. This you need to get from the .env file or environmental file or the a secret file from the Google storage or somewhere else. Okay, but as a demo, where I'm exposing this, we will be copying this file. Just copy this configurations. With the help of these configurations, we are integrating our application, React application with the Firebase. So I'm copying this and I will go back to the project. Okay, in the SRC folder, I'm going to create a file called firebase.js. In this file, I will copy all the configurations here. So whatever the configurations I got while creating an app in the Firebase, those configurations I have pasted here. So we need to have a couple of libraries to be installed. Okay, first one is npm I Firebase. I'm installing the Firebase dependency because we need to use the Firebase services in our project. So that's the reason I'm installed the Firebase. And the second dependency is React Router DOM. So I'm using this React Router because I want to show whenever you log in into your mission, we'll be showing this login page. Okay, once you do a successful sign in or registration, so you need to go to the home page, right? It means you need to change your route to the home page once a user is successfully logged in. Okay, if the user is successfully authenticated, we need to change the page from login page to the home page or dashboard page. So for that reason, I'm using React Router here. That's the reason I have installed the React Router. So next dependency is npm I will be installing the React Firebase hooks. So this is one of the dependency. So we'll use this to manage the authentication state of the user. It means once a user is authenticated, all other components need to understand, right, whether the user is authenticated, what are its name, its email ID, everything. So that reason we have used this React Firebase hook. Okay, this dependency we use to manage the authentication of the user. Let me show you that. So we need three dependencies: npm install Firebase, npm React Router, npm React Firebase hooks. So these are the three dependencies we are going to install. So once the three dependencies are installed, so in this Firebase file itself, I'm adding one more thing. So here I'm trying to import from, so I'm using import from Firebase /auth. I'm getting something from this Firebase auth, so that is known as get auth. I'm taking this method get auth, okay, from this Firebase auth dependency. Okay, now what I will do is I will create a constant variable auth get auth, and I will pass this app. So it means what I'm here, I'm exactly doing is I'm creating a variable called auth. Okay, I have imported get auth method from this Firebase authentication, and I'm passing the app configurations. So what all the Firebase configurations will be available in this app. I'm passing this app into get auth, and I'm storing that in the auth. So it means whenever the user with this auth, okay, only we can conclude that the user information in the Firebase. Okay, this auth is very much important for us. We'll use this auth to manage the authentication state of a user. So I will export this auth, okay, so that we can use this auth in other files. Okay, now this is another step we need to do while we are with this we have set up all the Firebase configurations. Okay, the only part is we have imported the get auth. We are giving our app configurations to this app, and we are taking the auth variable and we are exporting that. Okay, fine, this is fine. Till this point we are good, right? So now let's go back to the login page here. Okay, in this login page, what we need to do is whenever the user modifies something in the input field, okay, I need to use a state, right? I need to use, let me use a constant. So I will be using email to get the email value. Okay, I will be using this email, and I'm importing the set state here. So initial value, I'm keeping this as empty. The same thing I will be doing for the password. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking the values from the input field and I'm setting that state. That is what I need to do. Okay, that I'm doing with the help of use state. I will be doing this empty. Okay, so now I have imported the use state and I'm using two variables for the set email change and password change. In the input fields, I will use on change listeners when on change is triggered, when this input field is modifying. So I want to set the email address, set the email value. Okay, let me do that. So here I will take the event, insert this event, I will set email and I will use this email like in the event dot target dot value, you'll be having the latest value of what you have entered in this input field. So I'm setting that state to this set email. So now in the email field, in the state, email state, you'll be having the what value you have entered here, that value will be available here. So the same I will be doing for the password change also. Whenever you change any of the password value, you need to get it from the event. You need to set the password. And here you are going to give the event dot target dot value. Okay. So what I have done is I have taken two state variables. Whenever the password or username modifies, I'm able to get those values in these state variables. So till this point, I'm fine. Now I'm going to declare one onClick method here. Okay, onClick method for the submit. OnClick. Whenever a user clicks the sign in button, okay, I want this sign in method to be triggered. I will write a sign in method. And the same thing, whenever a user clicks registration button, so I'm going to register him, right? So I'm writing an event here and let me do register function. Okay. So now my aim is like I need to define these two methods, sign in function and register function. So let me write this sign in function. So I'm writing a method here. So what I need to write exactly, what method, how I should sign in the user. So how I need to use this registration method. So let me show you that. Okay. So I'm writing two methods like this. Okay. We have two methods from, I'm just importing from. So I'm importing the package called Firebase auth. So from this Firebase auth, you have two methods. So that's the reason the best way to import the things is first write the dependency here. So Firebase auth. So first write this dependency library here. Then here in the import, you can import those libraries, whatever you want. Now I am importing the sign in with the email and the password. So this is what I'm using. So this method I'm using for the sign in, and for creating the user, I will be using create user with email and the password. So I'm going to import these two methods from this dependency, Firebase auth dependency. Fine. Okay. What these methods will do is when I'm signing in, so I will sign in with this method. I'm using this method. I will sign in. That's it. It accepts three parameters. Number one is auth. Number two is email value. Number three is a password value. Yes, I have given all the three values. That's it. Whenever you click the submit button, this will sign in that user and password user with the email and the password. The dependency parameters are auth, email, and password. Fine. Email and the password are the input fields it will get from the state values. Then what is this auth is all about? So this auth we need to import from this Firebase. That auth is nothing but this is the auth. This auth will give all the information related to the Firebase configuration. So which project, so it has more details like what is a database, what is a API key, what is a application key, everything we are available in this Firebase configuration. So that's the reason I need to import this auth. I'm importing this auth. I'm importing this auth from where? From the Firebase. So how I need to give that dot Firebase. So this is a file. From this Firebase, I'm importing this auth and I'm using that auth here. So this is a promise call. When you use this sign in, then you will be getting a then. So this is a promise. So if that promise is success, you will be getting an auth object. So there you can do just for now, I'm just logging in this auth. Okay. If this is fails, so then it will be catched here. So you can play around with this error. You can show some relevant error message to the user. So for now, what I'm doing, just I'm logging it. That's it. But in the real world, you can show some relevant component or any error, user-friendly error message in the real world. Okay, this is a promise call. So when this is success, we'll be getting this auth value, and thereafter we can do some operation here. I will show what we can do when we get success. We can navigate, we can route to the home page or the dashboard page. So I will show that in a while. So meanwhile, how a user can be registered with the help of this method, create user with the email ID and the password. So I'm copying this, okay? And this will also take the three values, the auth, email, and password. As we know, the email and the password we are getting from the state variables, and auth we are getting from the Firebase configuration. So this is also same thing. And also it is also accepts the promise. And now I'm using the then, and if the user is successfully registered, okay, then we can route him, to the another navigation bar. Okay, I will show you that. Okay, if the user is not created successfully with some X reasons, like the principles of creating the user, like authenticating username and the password were wrong, or if he is already created, so then all these cases would be handled in the catch block. So here I will be using that error block, error console.error I'm using. Fine. So for whenever I click the sign in button, this function will be executed. I'm using the sign in with email and password. So in sense, we are going to create the users with the help of this create user with email and ID and password. If you don't have any user, if you're initially you want to create a new user, you will be registering with this method. And you are passing what is the authentication Firebase configurations, your email and the password. Once this is really configured, a user was created, you can navigate him to the dashboard, right? So how we can do that? So we need to use routing. Here comes the routing into the picture. Whenever the user is successfully logged in, we need to navigate him to the another page. So here comes the React router into the picture. So let me go to the app component. So I'm going to this app component. Here I have defined the routers. Okay, that's the reason I have installed the React router. Okay, from React router DOM, I have imported browser router, routes, and route. So the browser router is a parent route in which we are keeping all our routes. With this, it means we are enabling the routing mechanism to throughout our application. And with this routes, this is a parent component where you can define all your routes, and we have declared two routes. So one route is the by default route is the login route. So whenever you get this route default route, login page would be getting. Whenever you get the home route, you'll be getting the home component. So I have also having the home component. Just for now, I have declared this home component like this. Now let's make the things like this. Whenever the user is successfully logged in, we'll route him to the home page. Fine. So also have done a dedicated video on React routing DOM version 6. The latest version of the React route DOM also have done. I will keep that at the end of this video. Okay. Try to check that one as well. We have done a couple of options as well. All the related options related to React router DOM have been discussed. You can check that video as well. So as per this video, once the user is successfully signed in, let's route him to the home page or the dashboard. How I can do that? So let me import the use nav here. I'm importing import. So let me import that use nav hook. So this I'm importing from the React router DOM. Okay, I will use this use nav route. So once the user is successfully able to log in, so let me instead of directly using that, let me take that in a variable navigate equal to use navigate method. Okay, I will use this variable navigate variable here, and here I can modify the path. I will give the path as home. So in your case, you can give home or dashboard. So once the user is logged in successfully, where you want to route him. So whether it would be dashboard, whether it is home, just give that navigation here. So the same thing I will do whenever the user is successfully registered. So I'm copying that here and I'm doing the same here as well. So you can do the same whenever the user is any error. So you can route him to another error page. You can, with the help of this navigate, you can route him to the error page as well. Fine. This is how whenever the user is successfully logged in, I'm routing him back to the home page. So this is what we have done now so far. So let's check that. So whenever you get into this home page, so let's make this something fancy. So instead of just having the home page and simple component like this, let's access some properties. So just tell hello, welcome the username. Okay, let's do something like that. For that, let me import here, import. So what we need to import is we have imported install one package called React Firebase hooks, right? If you remember, this is also one of the library we have imported. From this library, I'm importing use auth state. So this is what I'm importing from React Firebase hooks. Okay, from this hooks, I will be having auth. From this hooks auth, I will be using use auth state. Okay, with this help, with the help of this use auth state, you can manage or you can understand who is a user, who is logged in, and all the user information will be available here. Okay, next what I need to do is I need to import so auth. So auth also I need to import because which project and the product details of the Firebase I need to understand, right? So for that reason, I need to go to this Firebase and I'm getting this auth as well. So now what I need to do is I'm using constant. So here use auth state and I'm passing auth here. So it means with the help of this hook, I can find out the details of the logged in user and its authentication things by passing this auth. Okay, now what this will be returned back? It will return three parameters. One is the user details. So this is an array. It will return an array. In that array, it will be having user, login, loading, and error. All these three details will be available. Okay, so for now, let's use only the user one. Okay, what I'm doing here is, let me take a fragment. Okay, I'm copying this fragment. I will paste here. So what I will do is I will tell this instead of home component, I will tell welcome and I will use the username user dot email. So I will mention this. I will try to get the email ID of the username and I will tell welcome email ID. So welcome Suresh or welcome Rakesh or something, his name. Okay, welcome, and just I'm addressing him. I'm greeting him. Once the user has successfully logged in, just I'm taking the value from the user. So here you can console log and check whether what is you're getting in the user. All the user values you'll be getting in the user here. Okay, just I'm picking the email for now here. So apart from this, let me keep one more button. Okay, let me keep a sign out button. How you can easily do the sign out as well. So I have taken a sign out button. In this, whenever you click this button, sign out button, what I'm doing is I will call the auth, okay, auth dot sign out. So you no need to bother anything here. Just use auth dot sign out here. You're using this auth dot sign out method you'll be having. So then this Firebase auth authentication property will do the magic. It will log out us. Okay, it will. This is how you need to sign out your system. Okay, now I hope we have done everything which need for the authentication. So let me wrap it up quickly. So we have taken a login page. Okay, we have used all the details of this login page and the sign in button and sign up button. We have a register button. With the help of these methods from the Firebase auth, we could able to do authenticate the users. Okay, and in the app, we have two routes here. So let me go and let me show you this once. Okay, hope everything, there is no errors. Fine, it is running fine. So let me go back to the browser. Okay, let me give the valid username and password. So firstly, I will give the suresh@gmail.com. As a username is not available, okay, as a username is not available, I just want to create an account. For that reason, I'm clicking an account. So let me open the network tab as well. I'm creating an account. I have clicked the create account. Okay, yes, successfully I could able to log in. Okay, I could able to log in and see welcome and the email ID what I have entered is appearing here. So this is how you're going to create the authentications for your projects. Just here I have used the email ID and the password. You can use a number of providers like login with Google, login with Facebook, login with GitHub. You can use a number of properties. Okay. Also, we have a sign out property here. If I click this sign out, what happens? The user would be signed out automatically. See, the user has signed out. But if you have not addressed it properly, just it is the username was gone here. But whenever you click sign out, so you can also keep few more points here. Whenever the user clicks sign out, also making the sign out, you can also route him back to the login page. You can also do that. Okay, let me use that navigate button, navigate, import, navigate once again. Okay, I'm using the import. So use navigate. I will be using this from a React router component from this DOM. Again, you can use this. Let me use another variable called navigate, and I'm using this use navigate method. I will use this method whenever the user logs out. So what you can do, you can navigate him to the login page again. So this you can do. Okay, this is what you can do. Whenever I click sign out page, this is what you're doing. You're clearing, you're going back out. Okay, I think I need to. Okay, this is how you're going to do. You're logging out and you're navigating him to the login page. This is what you're doing whenever you're doing sign out. Okay, fine. So let's understand. So I'm going back here. Okay, I think there is one error here. So let's keep everything this in another function. So then it would work well, I guess. Sign out, clicked something function. I'm keeping these two lines inside this. Okay. Okay, first one is you want to sign out or dot sign out. Next, you want to navigate. So, okay, I will just keep this sign out function here. Okay, you can do this as well. Fine. Whenever a sign out is clicked, your auth dot sign out function is triggered and you are navigating to the login page. So this is about the sign out thing. So, okay, we have just registered. So let's check whether to sign in or sign in. So once I will click this login. So once we get this component, let's try that. We have registered, right? One user. That username is suresh@gmail.com and the password is 123456. Okay, let me sign in first. Let me try sign in. So as soon as I sign in, once the authentication is success, see it was routed back to the home page. Likewise, you can route back to the dashboard page or any other page when you could able to successfully logged in. You can do this. So this is a simple way, simple methods. We can create the authentication for the React project using the Firebase. Hope you understand the video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos.